Interestingly enough, too, David, that open really does capture Rico's arrogance perfectly. All right, let's continue.
Let's jump right into it.
It's what I say it is. I'm the sports director.
Roger Goodell is speaking right now on the state of the NFL. And this part of it interests me. Goodell says it wouldn't at all surprise me if the NFL eventually has flex scheduling for Thursday night football. We know they do scheduling and for the later part of the season for Sunday night.
Yep.
They're going to do it for Monday night now with the new contract, but Thursday night football. You like that idea?
I like the idea. Just understand it's a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Thursday night games are bad for the sport. The quality's lower. It's not safe for the players. And honestly, no one really likes it. Now, yes, if your team's on Thursday night, you get that blip on the radar of juice. But hey, newsflash, we do this for a living. We love sports. We love football. I don't need NFL on Thursday nights. College football belongs on Thursday nights. I don't need the NFL. So it's a step forward because the last thing you want is the quintessential, Jags-Titans snooze fest on a Thursday night.
One other quick thing that he spoke about was the Pro Bowl. He says there's a lot to build on there. I don't see us going backwards. But just for people to know and understand, the Pro Bowl, 6.28 million people watched on just Sunday. That was also the Pro Bowl games along with the flag football game. I included. I was watching. It was enjoyable.
Well, I'll just tell you that we could easily do without 6.28 million people because they are functioning idiots, and you're included. How could you tune into that nonsense?
I just got caught up in it, man. Flag football. They were competitive. Game. They were competitive. They cared about it.
Okay.
Something I haven't seen in the Pro Bowl in a long time. They actually cared about it. It was interesting.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs looked thrilled.
Well, he's the only one that didn't like it.
No, he's the only one being honest. I'm sorry, but these events have jumped the shark years ago. Whether it's, I used to love NHL All-Star Weekend. Will Mike Gartner win fastest skater again? Will Al McInnes win the hardest shot? It's over, okay? The glory days are done. The NBA Slam Dunk Contest, it's done. It's over. The NFL Pro Bowl, end it. Just do an award show, call it a day.
Let's jump over to Josh Jacobs' teammate, probably about to be his former teammate. Derek Carr, the Raiders quarterback, has been granted permission to visit the New Orleans Saints. He is visiting them today and tomorrow. He will visit them at their facility. Next Wednesday is the contract trigger date.
Yep. And
Pro Football Talk is reporting that they don't believe a deal will happen. They believe that he will get released.
Yeah, because I brought this up. David, I apologize. I've got so many football products now. They all blend together. I don't know if it was the Boomer Show or this show or whatever. I said it. I don't think they're getting a deal done because there's no impetus to get it done for Carr. Carr can go on this visit, wink, wink, nod, nod, over some broiled oysters down in NOLA and say, hey, I'm coming here. You don't need to give up anything. We're not going to do a trade. And the Raiders won't be able to have a say. Are the Raiders willing to play the Baker Mayfield game to the tune of $40 million? The answer is no. So he'll get an outright release, go work a deal, and it's an easier landing spot. I'm with you. I'd be shocked if a trade was executed.
So this came out here in the scrum of Sean Payton getting introduced in Denver, and I found it hilarious as we talked about this all year. It was reported throughout the year that Wilson was receiving special privileges.
Yeah.
Access to his own personal office, parking spot at the team facility, allowing his personal QB coach. Well, Sean Payton said that he was asked about it. He says, I'm not too familiar with that. That's foreign to me. That's not going to take place here. I'm unfamiliar with it, but our staff will be here. Our players will be here, and that will be it.
Yeah, this is going to be a reality check for Russ because now someone's in this organization that has more power than he does. And now the adult is in the room. And the only time I've ever heard of such a thing would be when Brady wanted Alex Guerrero, his trainer and TB12 guy, at that Pats facility. And then there was a battle about Brady's lieutenants, certain players, being put at odds with the team for rehabbing injuries. He wanted them at TB12. The Patriots obviously wanted them, you guessed it, at the Patriots facility. You just can't cross those lines. So, yeah, I think Russ has got a real reality check coming his way.
Yes, he does. And I'm going to bring another barbershop discussion to this football today. Just a quick one. A.J. Green announced his retirement this week. Of course, he says it's a blessing. Very blessed. I have my health. Big thing is I can walk away on my own terms.
Yeah.
Finished his career, 720 receptions, just over 10,500 yards, 70 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
He's a two-time second-team All-Pro.
Yeah.
He's 12 spots behind Calvin Johnson, a Hall of Famer. 15 spots behind Michael Irving on the receiving list, who's a Hall of Famer.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
A.J. Green's not a Hall of Famer. Okay.
He's a damn good player, but he just didn't keep it up long enough. The totaling, the counting stats aren't big enough.
He made 7 consecutive Pro Bowls from 11 to 17, but that was it.
He's a couple hundred catches and about 30 touchdowns short of where I would need you to be. Now, again, the NFL is different. Hell, they'll put everybody in. Kenny Cott's in the NFL Hall of Fame. So they'll probably put him in. I wouldn't.
That's what I thought. He's just not enough for me.
And I love A.J. Green. He's a good player.
He's a great wide receiver.
On.
Really great wide receiver.
When you say A.J. Green, do you think Hall of Fame?
No.
That's like when I say Chad Johnson. I don't think of Hall of Fame. They're really good players, but they're not Hall of Famers.
So let's quickly have a discussion on legacies for a quick moment for the Super Bowl regarding a couple guys, Andy Reid and Howie Roseman.
Yeah.
Now, Andy Reid, if he wins this game and making the 14th head coach with multiple trophies, and would this put him as an all-time great if he wins this game?
He already is. He already is, because you have to go back to, I think he made 6 NFC title games in Philly.
Yeah, so he's made 10 total, I believe.
Oh, all right. So he had 5 in Philly and 5 here, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You make 10 title games. You get to multiple Super Bowls. You win multiple Super Bowls. Goes without saying. Should he have another Super Bowl title in there? Probably. Easy for us to say. But when you look at the list of coaches who never got back, you look at the list of coaches who never had an opportunity to win multiple Super Bowls, you start to learn how hard it is. He already is. I don't know if it would be top 5, top 10. He's all-time. He's awesome. And a true innovator offensively.
Correct. And then I just wanted to nerd out on this one because not enough people talk about great GMs in the game.
Roseman's the best.
Howie Roseman in a 5-year span could have won 2 different Super Bowls with a different team, basically all together, different coaches, different QBs. Put him with Bill Polian, Ozzie Newsome, Ron Wolf, and Tex Strom as the greatest GMs in history.
He's better than all of them, and I'll tell you why. Yeah. Because he's had to do it in the salary cap era, because the league is all about parity. And Howie Roseman is better than any GM in football at acquisition, through trade, through undrafted free agency, through finding players. Now, look, his drafting has been hit or miss. It's no secret. You can go look. But when they find a TJ Fletcher, when they go to free agency and get Hassan Reddick, when they trade for A.J. Brown, when they find a Mailata in the 7th round, when they go out and find a Boston Scott, when they're able to find a Nick Foles. Look, these are all Roseman moves. And he has created the single best roster in the NFL. Then look at this year. Hey, they drafted Jordan Davis. They shored up the run defense. They found Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round. But you know what we're going to do now? We're going to insulate this thing. We're going to go out and we're going to sign Sue. And we signed Hargrave from the Steelers. They go out and he is just able to build rosters. And he does it in a manner, he's the best, and it kills me because I hate the Eagles. But Howie Roseman is a beast when it comes to putting a team together. And you know what's funny? Never played high-level football. Never played football of any note.
Never.
He broke in by writing. I think I read he wrote like all teams a letter begging for a shot to do a free internship. And eventually he annoyed the Eagles enough they gave him a chance. It's a great story.
Stories like
and
that.
It's also it also reaffirms my belief. If I took someone in the listening audience who was obviously had to have some intelligence, but I said, you no longer do what you do for a living. You're gonna live, eat, sleep, breathe football. You're gonna work 18 hours a day. You're gonna do this for the next 5 years. I could make them a front office executive. All these executives think they're curing cancer. You're not. It's about finding smart people, letting them be smart, get the training, get some good people around you, learn the business. That's all it is, man. I love it. Like our dearly departed Tigers GM thought he had reinvented the wheel. Sure thing, boss.
Oh, I love talking football. That is.
It's actually pronounced Avila. No, it's pronounced unemployed.
That is in football today.